Hello guys, Angry Roleplayer here, and I wanted to show you this build that I made for the wizard. This is the second build and the last build that I prepared for the patch 2.4.2. I experimented a lot with this build and I've spent almost 2 weeks toying with this, and at first I was kind of happy with the damage but wasn't happy with the toughness that the build provided. I was tuning it for over 2 weeks and then I made it really tough, but the damage was kind of suck. And then finally yesterday I managed to find the combination of skills and gear that fit perfectly with the build and it works smooth. So I will go straight to the GR85 like I did with my generator build, and I will show you how it works, guys. And then we'll go in detail. And explain everything. You know, I'm extremely proud of this build because it's so much fun, guys. It's fucking crazy. So much fun, guys, and the damage is really nice as well. Damage is really nice, and the toughness is just fucking awesome, guys. I had really big problems with the toughness with this build, and now finally I found a combination that works. There's a sheet rift here. These minions also cast, they count as elite, so if you ignite the minion that counts as elite. That's nice. My god, the shitty tunnels. Okay, it is like there's some density here. Build works amazing with the density, guys. It's just fucking awesome. Just fucking awesome. With the density it works just bam and fucking destroying everything. And it's so much toughness when there's density over there. It's amazing. I call this build the Demoman because the amount of fire and explosions is fucking crazy as well. It's all about explosions and fire damage. We're also casting free expander skills, that's pretty crazy as well. When there's a huge pack, you can try to fight this, but the amount of stacks we're getting is worse. And the damage we do is not enough, so I usually skip packs that are less than 20 mobs or something like that. Where's the elite? Let's see where is the elite here. It's a nasty elite. Guess I will drag this one. Yeah. That's a bit dangerous one. I will drag it. Oops. Yeah, that's a bit dangerous elite here. Reflect. There's another one. My god, that's frozen vortex. Pretty bad as well, but not a huge problem to tank this. Don't like frozen though. Don't like frozen at all. Don't like frozen. To kill this. Okay. Always cat explosive blast to prop your toughness with the orb. Don't fight small packs, absolutely waste of time. You won't have your Firebird stacks. See how fast it melts. Shitty mobs. When you ignite the elite pack, it's extremely good to start fighting trash. Come on, it's the last one. Dead. Even there's a lot of elites here, but the level is completely shitty. Ignite this one and go, I guess. Don't like this one. What is there? Speed, nice. Speed is good. Don't like this elite. This is fucking horrible as well. What is this? Health water arcane teleporter. Shit. That's bad. Arcane in such a small environment. It will melt me. Let's go. Oh, this level is fucking horrible. Like, most people will just quit. I have to go on because I need to go on. Fucking, that's bad. Give me the fucking globes, you fucking idiots, fat piece of fucks. Fucking shit. That's a problem though, when the teleport isn't. God damn it, piece of shit. These fucking corridors are horsey diarrhea. You get stuck there and you're fucking dead. What is this? Water horror beater. That's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, so we'll just kill it. We'll just kill it. Just kill it. That's like easy shit. That's easy shit. That's easy shit. God damn it, this. That's a lot of mobs here, I guess. We'll ignite them. See if I can survive. Nice, that's a big pack. But my toughness is still bad. Because I don't have 20 stacks. Don't have 20 stacks, and trash is really problematical to fight when you don't have 20 stacks. You need a lot of mobs together. Really huge amount. Fire chains, jailer, not a problem. Shooting is bad, but it's... yeah, I can't even tank fire chains. It's not a problem, absolutely. See how fast the blue melted? It just took fucking 10 seconds maybe for them to melt. What a horrible rip. And another fucking sewers. Oh my god, there's a flies and succubus and all that shit. Oh my god. My god, this is fucking horrible rifts. We usually just skip this. My god. That's a complete pain. It's a complete pain, and this one as well. Oh, fucking horse shit. My god. And the shit has also runs away. Where is she? Goodbye. Goodbye, darling. I'm moving on. Fucking flies and shit. Oh, that's nothing. They just knocked back. This creator is fucking pussy. It's nothing. What is more important is the fucking flies. Come on, you son of a bitch. Die. Fucking flies. Now give me a good... okay. What is this? It's a power, guys. Okay, let's use the power. I won't be using power on the Rift Guardian, and I will show you just how it works. All the power is almost gone. No power now. The Rift Guardian is the only, mob where toughness becomes problematical. No, not the toughness, but gain power. See, I'm tanking blood more, and I don't lose any life at all. Any life at all, I don't lose it. See, guys, this is it. This is it. Need the belt and this. Everything else I don't need. Now onto the build, and I'll explain you how it works so smooth and how it does so nice damage, guys. So this is full 6-piece Firebird first of all. The rolls are the same as in the generator build. It's the same set, intelligence speed and critical hit chance on the helm. CDR with life and explosive blast here on shoulders if possible. Explosive blast and CDR are preferable. Here on the gloves, the ideal roll is CDR, critical damaging chance, but I don't have ancient gloves, I only have this. They're shit, so I use this. Overall aim for around 50% CDR with your evocation passive. On the pants, intelligence, speed and armor, nothing strange here. Ancient boots if possible, and the boots in tweed all resin armor as well. As the rings, the compass rolls, its ideal roll will be critical hit damage chance CDR. On the travel splash you need the fire roll here if possible, and critical hit damage and chance as well. The second ring is either Halo of Alice or Convention of the Elements, the one you have with CDR. I don't have Convention of Elements, a nice one with CDR, I only have this shitty Halo with CDR, so I use this one here. As the orb, it's either orb of infinite death, the maximum, the maximum roll that you have, or the edge sigil, it doesn't matter. Just use the one which have the maximum roll here. This one is rolled better than this one, so I use orb of infinite depth here. As the braces, there's no exception here. We should use the ancient part on defenders here, and procced by Head of Alice Freeze Nova. Frost Nova, we have damage reduction from Head of Alice and from APDs as well. That's extremely important. As the belt, guys. As the belt, this is one of the best and the most important key items of this build. This is Hairbrush Binding. It reduces the cost of our arcane tournament by up to 60%, and what it means that we're almost casting it for free, guys. We're casting it for free. You see what's going on the screen, guys, and I'm just casting left button and nothing else. I don't press any buttons except the left button. And you see what's going on, guys. What's going on? As the weapon, we have the Wand of Work and a rolled V2 life per hit here. That's pretty important, as the recovery of this build is the con of this build, and it's the weak point. The only weak point of this build is recovery. I also had a life per hit here on the bracers, but I rolled it off critical hit chance and I was pretty safe as well. So I just left my life on hit here. And why we are using Wand of Work? Because it's the explosive blast is all out damage here. That's the only item why this build works, I guess. I think that Ingeom can be used here as well. Ingeom can be used here, but it's like it was optional. It's not recommended. So Wand of Work is the critical item for this build to work. Now some stats of this build, guys. This build has up to 255% damage reduction. From Halo of Alice 60%, from Firebird 60%, from the Orb 60%, from the Mantle of Channeling, guys, 25%, And the endless walk set another 50%, so that's over a quarter of 1,000 damage reduction. That's a lot, and that's why this build is so extremely tanky as well. And up to 70% increased fire damage in a perfect situation. We would have fire roll 20 here, 20 here, and the flame ward, the skill that we use, it gives us the damage reduction as well. That's extremely important. So that's a lot of damage reduction, guys. So up to 40% of fire damage here as well. And also up to 170 increased damage overall. This is the endless walk set. It gives us 100% increased damage. The mental channeling 25% damage. The orb another 20% damage. Our passive unwavering will gives us the 10% damage, and the magic weapon deflection and the magic weapon itself gives another 10% damage. And this is without the legendary gems, and legendary gems just give us another over 100% increased damage from the Taeguk and the Bane of the Trapped combined. So how does it work, guys? Edge Sigil, the key to this build, guys, the key to this build. In the cube we have Edge Sigil, manual channeling, and convention of the elements. Why Edge Sigil here? Because when we cast Arcane Torrent, Edge Sigil casts damaging arcane power spanders every second. That means it casts both Air Explosive Blast and Blizzard Apocalypse here. And I don't cast Apocalypse manually. No need to cast Apocalypse manually because it casts all the fucking time. We need, however, to cast Explosive Blast because that's the main damage dealer of this build. And we also need to spam it manually. As you can see, I'm spamming Explosive Blast and Arcane Torrent and nothing else. So always keep channeling your flame ward at the enemies, because you know you get also 25% damage reduction from flame ward. This is incredible skill. And with the flame ward we also deal 25% increased damage and take 25% reduced damage when we channel flame ward. So only by channeling flame ward somewhere in the enemy we get 50% damage reduction, guys. That's a fucking ton of damage reduction here. And convention of the elements for our fire skill damage. When this rolls in fire damage, always have your explosive blast ready, guys. Always have your explosive blast ready to blast enemies into fucking pieces. Now, without the hairbrush binding, it's incredibly hard to maintain your arcane power levels. I will just switch it to Witching Hour and show you what's the difference. See, I switched to Witching Hour and my arcane power drains drastically. It just drained to zero. Now I put hairbrush binding back, and you will see, guys. See, I put hairbrush binding there, and my arcane power just never ends. That means the recovery of arcane power compensates all my arcane power cost, and hairbrush binding compensates almost more than a half of it, and the recovery of arcane power compensates the other part, and it's just I'm casting for free. That's how it works, guys. Always remember to ignite Elite to get 20 stacks of your 6-piece Firebird and increase damage up to 2400. That's extremely important. Don't fight small packs which are less than 13 or 20 or 20 mobs. That's extremely hard to ignite all 20 mobs at once, but however it's extremely easy to ignite one elite. So it's not worth igniting small pack of monsters, as it won't provide damage reduction of 6 piece Firebird, and that one skeleton archer in the corner can actually kill you faster than a huge pack of 20 Golgors or elites or 20 unburied. So that's how it works. You need huge amount of ignited enemies, or at least one ignited elite to get the 6 piece damage reduction bonus here. You know what I like about this build is that it has a lot of options. Like if you want to be more aggressive or more defensive, there's a lot of options, guys. For example, if you want to be offensive, you can use Witching Hour instead of Hairbrush Binding. However, using Witching Hour, you must switch Magic Weapon Deflection to the Conduit to get arcane power on attacks. This way you can compensate the arcane power drain somewhat, but it won't be as smooth, guys, and it will still work somewhat bad on the Reef Guardians. So I use Hairbrush Binding absolutely all the time. Also, to become more offensive, you can use Switch Deflection to Force Weapon and get another 10% damage. Another offensive weapon here is to get Glass Cannon instead of a Wavering Wheel or instead of Evocation. So this is also a decent option, but you have to, if you get it instead of Evocation, you need to get more CDR here on your gloves, and you may need to get CDR whenever possible, guys. You also may need to get CDR here instead of Wit. So you will become somewhat really glassy, but you will be doing some more damage here. Another offensive option is to roll off critical hit, life on hit to critical hit chance, and I actually did there on braces, and I have no absolute problems with that. That's a safe option. That's a safe option if you leave a life per hit here on your Wand of War. And if you want to be like complete super fucking hero DPS monster, you can also roll off life per hit here and leave here. And you can roll off here to the damage or attack speed to get more DPS, raw DPS from your weapon from the Wand of War. There are also many defensive options here, guys. For example, if you don't have the Orb of Infinite Death or you don't have Mantle of Channeling or something like that, that's an interesting option here. You can switch here to Achilles Cuirass. You can switch here to Achilles Cuirass. And this will provide you with a crazy amount of toughness that's fucking insane, guys, fucking insane. But you should watch your arcane power levels more closely, and you will also have more problems with the Reef Guardian, cause arcane power will most likely drop below the 90% with the Reef Guardian, cause Reef Guardian is a single monster, and channeling into single monsters still drops your arcane power a bit. So this is a huge defensive option here that you may use, but that works not as good against a single target. That's why I use the Mantle of Channeling here. It provides more damage and some reduced damage as well. Also, if you don't have Orb of Infinite Death, for example, but you do have Edge Sigil, you can use this combination. You put Edge Sigil here, Achilles Cuirass here, and you put the Furnace here, guys. And you put the Furnace here. This is not recommended, cause you gain around 5% elite damage here. You get around 5% elite damage here with this setup. but you lose about 45% damage to all other mobs, the trash mobs, which we got through the Orb of Infinite Death and the Mantle of Channeling. The Orb gives us up to 20% increased damage, and the Mantle of Channeling gives us around 25% increased damage. So that's a 45% increased damage with the Mantle and the Orb. So we all lose all that, but we gain a 5% elite damage. But this is not recommended option, but if you don't have the Orb or the Mantle of Channeling, this is a solid option. It's just in case you don't have some required gear. But this setup, guys, this setup with the Mantle and the Edge Sigil is absolutely solid, and it's the best setup that you must use. So what are the defensive options, guys? If you feel like you are not recovering quickly or you have problems surviving, you can use the Modern Wild Beast Gizzard instead of Taeguk. That's would be some DPS drop, but recovery will be insane, guys. And that's with this setup, I actually made 77 with the first attempt with the Gizzard Gem instead of Taeguk. Another safe option will be to use the Gogok Swiftness instead of Taeguk. This will give you some more explosions, guys, some more explosions here. And the Gogok also gives some dodge. It also compensates some of your toughness loss. I used Gogok instead of Taeguk a lot, and I played with it a lot. But then I realized that I'm surviving well in current setup. I just need more damage. That's when I switched to Taeguk. That's an invaluable gem for this build, guys. Another option would be to use Unity instead of Convention of the Elements in the cube. This is mostly a hardcore variant and is not recommended for softcore, absolutely, because you lose your fire rotation of Convention of the Elements and your DPS drops massively. It's not recommended. It's only for hardcore, and also for hardcore you can use a Killer's Curious here, remember that. So that's not recommended, that huge DPS drop, but you will be fucking immortal pretty much, immortality with the Unity, guys. You can also use Blur here instead of Evocation or Unwavering Will. Instead of Evocation is preferable because Unwavering Will also give you toughness. So instead of Evocation you can use Blur, and your toughness will increase as well. But you will have to compensate some of your CDR, because your CDR will drop a lot without Evocation. And you will have to compensate some CDR by rolling it on the gloves, absolutely. And absolutely everywhere else also you need CDR also on the orb. As for the legendary gems, guys, the Bane of Stricken is the killer of Rift Guardian. I tried trying without the Bane of Stricken out of interest, and the Rift Guardian took fucking forever to kill. It's absolutely endless fight, and there's no way you can play without the Bane of Stricken. Taeguk is a massive DPS boost against trash, against all other mobs. It increases our damage by a huge percent, and all the 100 level Taeguk gives me 6% per stack. And as you can see, my damage increases like crazy with Taeguk, guys. It's crazy. It's the best DPS gem for this build, absolutely the best. And it also gives some toughness. 20% increased armor is not bad. And the third gem is the Bane of the Trapped, of course. That's no exception. Bane of the Trapped is the basic DPS gem that every build uses. Now onto the skills. Fleeing Word on the left button, we always press flame button, always channeling flame ward, guys. Always channeling. This gives us up to 25% damage reduction. Now this build has more damage reduction than the generator build. It has less recovery because we don't attack as fast as with spectral blade, but we get up to 24% more damage reduction. That's really nice, guys. On the right button, I summon crystallize to proc Halo Varys. That's important for our damage reduction. Blizzard Apocalypse is one of the best area damage fire skills that you have, and the good thing is that we don't need to cast it actually. Edge Sigil cast Apocalypse for us. We don't cast this even once, guys. We don't press this button even once. Magic Weapon Deflection. Now this gives us a shield of and it absorbs some of the incoming damage. This is very underestimated skill, guys. And when I selected this skill instead of force weapon, I started surviving in Greater Rift. There's no joke, guys. This skill that makes fucking miracles, absolutely. It's a must-have in this build, and I strongly suggest you use this build. Explosive Blast Chain Reaction, no questions, guys. That's a damage dealer for our build. It's extremely important, and that's most of the damage that we do with this build. And it's also chained with the Edge Sigil, and we also press it manually. So that's a lot of damage, and it most comes from Explosive Blast. Teleport Safe Passage, our mobility skill, and also reduces the damage by 25% for 5 seconds after we teleport. Invaluable skill for mobility, guys. As for the passive, Unstable Anomaly in our second life, no question here, that's super important skill for us to survive. Unwavering Will is one of the best both survival and DPS skills at the same time. I already told you that Blur gives a less damage reduction than the Unwavering Will, and one more important is that Unwavering Will also gives us 10% increased damage. That's a great skill, guys. Audacity is no exception. Absolutely must-have skill for all wizard. And Evocation to get up to 40% cooldown reduction without the CDR and gloves. That's really important because CDR actually affects our explosive blast. And the more CDR we have, the more explosive blast we will do, the more chaining and the more damage, guys. The more damage. So as you can see, this build has a lot of potential. There's a lot of damage, and I managed to work to make this build work with a fucking ton of toughness as well. And it's just smooth as a river. It's fucking awesome. And I spent almost 2 fucking weeks tweaking this this build, finding all this combination of gems, you know, the balance between CDR and toughness, CDR and everything else. Now with this setup, this works smooth and nice. Thank you, guys, thanks for watching. I hope I explained everything and I didn't forget anything. Let me guess. Oh, that's one thing that I wanted also to say. What is really important for this build is to have this critical hit grants arcane power on a hit, on critical hits. That's only can be got on the orb, and it's really important for this build to work, because it's when you're in a huge group of mobs, it will allow you recover all arcane power when you start chaining explosive blast. See, when I cast explosive blast, it actually starts draining my arcane power, And this thing, critical hits, grants arcane power that instantly recovers your arcane power, so you never drop below maximum. If you watched my run through the rift, you actually saw this. This thing here is extremely important. Always have critical hits, grant arcane power on your orb. That's all I wanted to say, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the build, and this is the last wizard build that I wanted to show you in preparation for the patch. And I'm sorry that this video took so long. I wanted to make it very detailed so that you could understand all the details behind the build and how it works and why it's works like it works. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to my videos. I will update you on everything. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.